What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I know we took off last week, but we're back here now. What's going on? Welcome back, Vinny. How you
What's up?
doing?
What's up? I'm
What's
doing
up?
good, man. Doing good. Hey, a much needed week off, I guess. It's summertime.
Yeah,
It
oh,
was my
well,
birthday
yeah.
weekend, so I kind of
That's
disappeared for a little bit. Got to hang out with the man himself behind the curtain, old Bobby Blackjack. Got to hang out with him. He was down here in Florida doing some work, doing some coverages for some basketball stuff, and got to meet up with him, go to dinner, and had a real good time. So it was good to be off 1 week, but we got a lot of stuff to cover. So let's get right to it, bro. How was your week?
it was good. You know, I actually bought a house, so that's why I wasn't able to be here. My wife and I, well, soon to be my fiance, we ended up buying a
Congratulations.
house. So first time ever. Thank you. So
Sweet,
that's why I wasn't able to do the show. I was signing
sweet.
30 years of my life away.
That's
That
pretty
was it.
much right, bro. You're pretty much right with that. But hey, it's an investment. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's something you can call your own. So man, congratulations, bro. I hope you live many, many years in the house.
Thank you, and that's what we're hoping for. Many, many years with the kids and her and I and anything else that pops up there. So hopefully that's where we're going. But as always, it's about that time. Practice open. Facebook user, head thumbs up. Thank you. Look at that. We already got a comment.
All right.
It's not popping up, but anyway, thanks for commenting. Anything else? Throw it out there. You want to go with your beer first?
No, you going first. I'm trying to see what the comment was while you're
Oh, it just
talking right quick.
says awesome, right? Yep, says awesome. Thumbs up.
Awesome, awesome. Awesome
All
to
right.
whoever that was. I'm trying. It just
Hey,
said Facebook user. I was just trying to figure out who it was.
it says Johanna Ayala. There she goes. Says, whoop, wait, we get feedback. Anyway, I'm
There you go, Joanna
representing.
Ayala.
Yep.
Joanna Ayala. Go ahead.
Ashahi. I think that's how you say it. Ashahi. It's Japanese
Let me
beer.
see.
Asahi.
Asahi. Asahi.
Japanese beer
You got to say what
from
I'm not. You know, and I'm not even gonna go there. Just go ahead.
is Asahi.
Oh, Asahi.
Brewers Limited. Dry. It's super dry. So I guess if you're thirsty, don't drink this.
It
I'm
ain't gonna
kidding.
help you.
Super dry is brewed with precision to very high quality standards under the supervision of Japanese master brewers. Our advanced brewing techniques deliver a dry, crisp taste and quick, clean finish. We call it karakuchi taste. So let's
Oh,
crack this bad boy up.
it's a what? A coochie.
And
Oh,
by the way,
karakuchi.
this is like an oil can. This is a 25.4 ounce.
Oh
That's a
man,
pint. It's
that's
like
like a
a,
Foster's.
yeah.
You might not be able to finish the show.
Actually, it's not bad. I
Really?
like it better than last week's beer. It's a little light. And by the way, I had one of those beers. I can't remember the name, but it was, oh no, Dragon Brew or something like that, whatever it
Mhm.
was. It tastes better, when I was really thirsty. But anyway, this is not bad. It's almost like a Miller or Budweiser or something. It's like,
Oh, okay. So it's not. It's kind of light, like a
yeah,
Corona light, like that type of ale, light ale.
yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
It's not really. It's all right. I'll give it
Okay.
3.5.
All
This is
right. All
something you
right.
could drink when you're, summer day, a little cool, and you want a beer. I gotta find the alcohol volume, but like I said, it's not bad. Oh, it's 5.2% alcohol.
That's
So
pretty
what do
good.
you
That's
have?
a decent amount. I got I don't even know how to pronounce it. Elzian. Let me see if we can see it.
Uh,
Elzian. This is
Belgium.
it's called a Space Dust IPA. I don't know. It sounds crazy, but It's the hopping is pure star glow energy with Chinook to bitter and late and dry additions of Citra and Amarillo. It's Chinese to me, but it's a 12 ounce. It's a ale alcohol 8.2%. So this is a little tough one here. Popping it open
Hey,
right here with my
you need
with
to.
my trusted Buffalo Bills. Look at that. Goes with me everywhere I
Oh,
go.
you know what? I have
Let
the
me give it.
same one,
Uh-huh.
but mine's
Do you
red
really?
and not blue.
Oh, you got the retro one. You got the retro one. All right, that's what's
Yep.
up. Let me see, man. Let me give it. Smells real hoppy, bro. Like real strong. Yikes.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm sorry, bro. Let me see. That's
Maybe you need the second one. You need the second one.
wow. It's
Is
it
it
ain't my
too
cup of
strong?
tea, bro. Yeah, yeah. It's real. It's hoppy, bro. It's like you ever have a Heineken. You know the aftertaste of a
Yeah.
Heineken. It's got like that aftertaste 20 times stronger than that.
What's
Yikes.
uh what's the alcohol percentage?
8.2. Maybe that's why.
Maybe. That's a lot.
Jeez. Yeah, but and then maybe you see, it got this little thing on the front. Look at that. I don't know if it's a damn artichoke. Maybe
No,
that's what it is. It's freaking.
that's a
I don't
hot.
know what the hell it is. Okay. It don't taste like a hop. It tastes like an artichoke. Hey man, listen. If you like a good strong IPA, it's good for you. But this ain't for me, man. I'm giving it a 2.5, bro. Yeah,
Whoa,
yeah.
that's your lowest
So, and
rating yet.
we going by five. Five is our high number, so it's a 2.5, which means look, it's right there at the well, it's like right in the middle. It's right there in the middle. It's yeah, 2.5. Elsian Space Dust. There you go, IPA.
There you go. A little rough. That
Hmm.
even Vinny gave it his lowest rating to date. His
Yeah.
lowest rating. I'm trying to hit the wrong thing. I'm going losing my mind over here. All right. So there goes our beer. At least I'm drinking a smoother beer than he is today, even though it says it's dry. There we go. Now let's move on a little. Uh, all right. First thing. Let me get my notes over here, my handy dandy notebook. The NFL. What has it done? It's fined the Washington Football Club. Right? Oh, sorry. Football team. Club would be football and not football.
Mm.
$10 million as a result of the league's investigation into the team's culture. That was way before the 2 years ago, before Ron Rivera and his crew came. So it's a different culture now.
Oh,
But
totally
under
different culture.
Snyder, beforehand, the culture was bad. $10 million worth of bad. And I guess they have lawsuits going on as well. But this was the NFL. Came down with a $10 million fine that will be given to charity. Not sure whose charity or which charity, but as of right now, it's going to be given to charity. So some bad stuff was going on there.
Yeah, they're talking about some allegations of bullying and bad stuff. I think there's some sexual allegations in there too. So
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be interesting. But to bet for them to be fined $10 million, it had to be a long, long, long tenure of abuse. You know what I mean? Because I forgot the woman's name. I'm gonna look her up, but she's the one that did the investigation, um, and kind of pulled everything out. I'm gonna pull the name up right now because I don't want to misquote her name. Um,
Well, there was
Wilkinson.
like the
Beth
cheerleaders also.
Wilkinson. Yeah.
Yeah. So go ahead. Sorry, I cut you off. I thought
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
gonna.
That's okay. No, it was an independent counsel. Her name was Beth Wilkinson. That found the club's workplace to have been improper for a long time. So there's a lot of allegations. It's crazy. 15 15 what is it, 15 lawsuits I think it is for women's uh allegations, 15 allegations of women of sexual harassment. That's where I'm trying to get the right word in. But $10 million, and that's just the review of the franchise. That's just you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. We can't really
Yeah.
unpack it until we see what actually unfolds. But for the generalization, it's
Yep.
pretty bad.
Hey Kenny, real quick, I don't know if you're gone already, but if you're not, thinking we should do that all-time best or our best offensive defensive squads. So if you're still there, let us know. Maybe we'll try to get that done next Thursday. I was thinking maybe we could do that. Like I said, we talked about it a few weeks ago. Let me know if you could do it, and we'll take care of that. Yeah, no, they had a lot of allegations from cheerleaders, from employees that it was a bad culture, and hey, it came out, and I guess the NFL found enough for a $10 million fine. That's pretty steep. So who knows what else happens after that?
Mm.
Another thing the NFL did, they fined three teams today. They fined the 49ers, the Cowboys, and Jaguars. All right, well, now let's see. Boom, Kenny answered. Okay, sure, I'm in. I'll be around that night. All right, so we'll have Kenny. We got to find somebody else to hop on the show, and we'll do our all time best offense and defense. Oh, by the way, Kenny, defense, I want to do a 4-3. And then also, if you wanted to run a 3-4 defense. So
Mm.
we'll add a linebacker and take away a defensive tackle at some point. We'll go with that. And one thing, I was listening to the KK show. They had, we're talking about real quick, like say, hey, we'll give this to you too, and anybody else listening can answer. Now, Arenado, I know it's baseball, was going to back to Colorado, uh, and they were worried about like the fans if they would boo him or cheer him, or if the organization. I wanted to type this, but I was driving, so I couldn't answer them. Or would you, as an organization, give like a praise or a video tribute to Arenado? And the same thing came up about Aaron Rodgers. Would you do it for Aaron Rodgers if he got traded? Like when he went, let's say Denver, and Denver went to play Green Bay, would you do a video like tribute to
Nah.
him, or would you say no? Like me personally, if I am the team, whether I be the Colorado Rockies with Arenado or the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers, if we had to trade these guys, I would say no. I'm not doing a video tribute to them now because they want it out of the team.
Out. That's
They
right.
want it out. Now I would do it maybe when they retire 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever. Then maybe if they came back, I would give them a video tribute because what they did. Yes, Arenado played 8 years there. Then he signed a contract under the speculation that they were going to get better players to be around him, which they never did. Charlie Blackmon's been there, his story's been there. But I would never have said, you know, I understand why he wanted out.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, to me, it's different. Like I told you, he has top 10 offensive line, top 10 wide receivers, top 10 running backs. His
Hmm.
defense, I think they were in the top 10 too. And you still tell me you want out? That's just a
Yeah.
crybaby thing. I would not do a tribute for you maybe years down the road because you helped bring a championship to them. But there's only one championship, and you're considered one of the best quarterbacks, and you're going to
Yeah.
whine and complain. Afuera,
Yeah.
afuera.
Yeah.
You will get nothing. Now, as a fan, if you want cheer or boo, I mean, I don't care. Arenado, I don't think you should boo him because the team never did what they were supposed to do for
Do
him.
for him. Yep.
You
Yep.
know, Aaron
I kind of
Rodgers,
agree with you.
yeah, go ahead.
I, I kind of agree with you with the Arenado deal. It's kind of like they never gave him the weapons, but Aaron Rodgers, on the other hand, had all the weapons. And I think he still has a sour taste in his mouth when they went to the draft and picked up a quarterback a couple years ago, and that's when he thought I think he was going to get he was on the outs if you remember. So I think that kind of like resonated real bad with him. So even though they gave him the weapons to succeed, he's still pretty much saying he don't want to be there. He wants to get out of there, and just beefing with the upper management. So for them to make a tribute, I don't think there's going to be any tribute videos for him anytime soon. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in terms of being a fan, I mean, he did bring excitement back to Green Bay. So I'm pretty sure the fans still love him. So if he comes in and let's say if they play uh, uh, Green Bay Packers and he's in Denver, put it as an example. Do
Mhm.
I think they'll cheer for him? I think there'll be some loyal fans that'll cheer for him. You know what I mean? I don't think they're gonna boo him out of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There'll probably be some loyal fans that are probably super pissed that he left, and probably you hear a couple boos here and there. But for an overall um, outlook, I think they'll cheer him on. You know, as a
The,
as a as a thankful cheer, like thank you for being here. You know what I mean?
yeah. The one thing that Kurt ended up again, Kurt from the K and K show brought up was like,
Mhm.
well, look at Brett Favre. They booed him, and they didn't do
Yeah,
anything for him.
yeah.
But the difference was to me with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre didn't want to leave. Brett Favre
Mhm.
got booted because of Aaron Rodgers. The thing that
Yep.
pissed off Green Bay fans was that he said, "All right, you want to get rid of me? I'm going to go to Minnesota."
Yep.
you know, and the rival.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Division
what,
rivals. Yeah.
yeah, that's what got the Packer fans mad. But it wasn't because he wanted out. They got rid of him for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, you got your heir apparent coming. They're not pushing you out. They still give
Yeah.
you the keys to the place, but you're whining about it.
Mhm.
So to me, that's different. I wouldn't give them any kind of, like I said, either one. I wouldn't give them any video tribute because you guys
Yeah.
wanted out. So that was my opinion on that one they had on there. That was one of the
It's kind
questions they do on
it,
there.
it, it's kind of similar like to when Drew Bledsoe came to the Bills from New England and stuff. You know what I mean? Did he
Mhm.
got booed in New England a couple times. So even though he did pretty good for them, I mean, he didn't win no championship, didn't do nothing major, but it's kind of like the
Well,
AFC East is like you went to another
well, not even
division
that.
team rivalry.
He
Hmm.
did turn. He helped turn that team around,
Yeah, he
and
sure did.
they
Yeah.
they got up to the playoffs. He did all that stuff. He put up great numbers. Then
Hmm.
when what was it? Marvin Lewis ripped him in half. The guy got
Yep.
injured.
Yep.
Just Brady came in and was playing such a high level
Yep.
that they were able to get rid of him. Now the Bills should have kept him at least a
I liked
year
him.
more
Yeah.
because you
He
know
started turning the team around.
he was. And then what did they
Yeah.
do? They drafted J.P. Lossman and let go of Drew Bledsoe. And then
Yep.
JP breaks his leg in the preseason. So just imagine if we had Drew
Drew was
Bledsoe,
on
we
the
might
team.
have
Yeah.
been actually pretty good. Or was it Rob
Yeah.
Johnson? I don't remember if it was Rob Johnson
Yeah, they were both in a
or
similar
JP
time
Lossman.
frame. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but they got rid of him for and let Drew go, which
Mhm.
was a bad move, I thought. So anyway, that was from Kenny K and K show. They come on before us, an hour ahead of us, so you guys should check them out. Also, they have a pretty good show. Now, I was saying the NFL fined the 49ers, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Cowboys for activity violations.
Hmm.
Now, let me go over here because the fines, I believe, here we go. The Cowboys and 49ers were both fined $100,000 as a team. Now, the 49ers head coach and the Cowboys head coach, Kyle Shanahan, Mike McCarthy, were both fined $50,000 each. Now you go to the Jacksonville Jaguars, they were fined $200,000, and Urban Meyer, as his first year in the NFL, got tagged up for $100,000 fine. Now they haven't
Damn.
really said what was done wrong yet. They haven't released
Mhm.
that, but you heard stuff I didn't hear. You were reading, so go ahead. You're telling
Yeah,
me
I
about
mean, all they're really saying is like the specifics aren't known in terms of the media, but the NFL find them, they know the specifics. Um, but it usually centers on the intensity of practice sessions. So in the OTAs, you're supposed to just have a helmet, pads, and shorts. You know what I mean? So the contact, its contact is minimal. But it came to a point that two of the 49ers actually got injured. Who was it? It was offensive lineman Justin Skew
it.
and
Right.
defensive back Tavarius Moore. They suffered injuries that they might even come back. They might not even come back for the till the end of the 2021 season, till next year. Pretty much their whole season is probably gone due to injury. So that leads us to say, they were doing a little bit more than patty caking, if you will. They were actually doing some physical stuff, and it probably got out, and the NFL reviewed it, and that's why those hefty fines are coming through now. I mean, they were playing, they were practicing harder than they're allowed to in
Probably, yeah,
OTAs.
probably hitting or had some
Hmm.
pads on. Who
Yep.
knows? And like you said, you're pretty much supposed to just run with the helmets and
Hmm.
regular clothes or shorts or whatever, and you're
Yep.
not supposed to be doing that. Uh, well, hey, man, if $100,000 fine doesn't get to you or
Dude,
straighten you out,
hey,
or a
where
two
were
hundred
those
thousand
fines?
dollar fine,
Where were those fines and all that stuff in last season against the Tennessee Titans?
hello, that's a different story, buddy. It's a different story.
I know that's a sore subject for you,
they
man.
they didn't break any rules. Remember, they didn't break
Oh
any
my
rules.
god.
So
They were
that's
at a
a
high
bunch
school.
of
They was at a high school field. That's why.
yeah, that's right. They were at a high school field, and it wasn't per the team. It was just the players doing their own thing. Yeah, right. And now, on some other crazy, shady stuff here, there was a story that came out in May by the Boston Globe talking about Eugene Chung. Now, Eugene Chung went and interviewed for head coaching jobs. The guy played actually 5 years in the league. He was an assist or one of the assistant coaches in Kansas City and Philly. So he did some coaches. So he was out there being interviewed. Now, in this interview for the Boston Globe, Chung said, by the way, Chung is a Korean American, said that when he was being interviewed, he was told that he was not really a minority. And then later on in the interview, he was told that he's not the right minority we're looking for.
That's
Now,
crazy.
Chung couldn't believe this was going on in this year, 2021 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeesh.
And but he wouldn't say what team. He wouldn't allow, he didn't give that information. But anyway, the NFL looked into it, and I guess Chung didn't tell the NFL what team or who said it. So it came back today that the NFL was unable to confirm Chung's allegation of discriminatory remarks in an interview. I mean, I think it's just crazy that somebody would actually say that. Like, why? What are
Man,
you
listen.
thinking? It
I know.
just baffles the mind.
This is here's the deal, man. If you're gonna, if me as if I'm Chung and I'm bringing up that source subject or what happened in that interview and using exact quotes from the team, you might as well say who the hell it was. It's like you're going just halfway and leaving people to speculate what team and not laying it out in the open. Like if you really want to expose what's going on, you need to just say who it was. You already said 3/4 of what happened. You might as well just say which team it is so they can get it over with and do whatever they need to do. Am I right or wrong for that? I mean, that's my opinion. So he's kind of like whistleblowing without telling who it is.
You know what, though? I just thought about this. He
Mhm.
could think, he might be thinking on this, even though he said it. Like, because it could go both ways. Now, let's say he said it was Team A.
Mhm.
Now, the rest of the league might be like, we're not going to hire this guy.
Yeah, he
You
could
know,
kill his own career.
it's a possibility, even
Yeah.
though it would be wrong because you shouldn't be treated that way. Listen, I've always said it doesn't matter to me what color, race, creed you are. If you're a good
Absolutely.
head coach, you should have the opportunity. It's not always goes that way, but you should have the opportunity if you're a good coach to me. I don't care if you're purple. If you're a
Yeah.
good coach, you're a good coach. You have a lot of coaches who are getting shots. Like I've always said, some people are good coordinators and not good head coaches.
Yeah.
And a lot of people getting shots as a coordinator and they're
And they
crappy head coaches and they're still
suck.
getting chance again and again, which makes no sense to me. Anyway, I think it's just
Who's the
crazy.
What's the name of the assistant coach? If, right off the top of your head from Kansas City. Do you
Oh, that's
remember?
the enemy, the
Yeah,
run
Eric
ex running
Bieniemy.
back.
That's a perfect example. He's a great assistant. Went to a couple job interviews, and they say he don't interview well. What the hell does that mean? I mean,
Yeah,
the guy's for proven assistant. He's a great, great offensive mind. What? I mean, what do they mean? Why don't they specify? Why? Because he doesn't speak well. What is it that they're gauging that on? That he didn't do a good interview. The dude's proven everything on the field. That's like you got a 4.5 guy, right? A 4.4 that runs a 4.4, and people are all over him because he got the speed. But then you get a kid that runs a 4.7. But when you get into the game, that damn game speed overlaps that 4.5. You understand what I'm saying? The game speed is better than
yeah.
that 4.5. The kid's better than the kid that runs faster. So to me, that's what I'm looking at. Is he might not interview well. He might not be that well-spoken coach or whatever the case may be. but he's proven on the field and what he's doing in the product that he's putting out there in terms of the Kansas City offense. I mean,
Yeah.
they're one of the top offenses in the league. They won a Super Bowl. Last year they got eliminated in the Super Bowl. I mean, they won three AFC championships in a row. So his work and his work ethic speaks for himself. I don't know why in the world he don't have a head coaching job yet.
Yeah, I mean the BS story is some people say, is it him or is it just Andy Reid? Either way,
Mm.
he's part of the Andy Reid
13.
coaching tree.
That's
He's
right.
part of the coaching tree. So why not give him a shot? Listen, McDermott got a shot. He's part of
Absolutely.
that tree.
That tree.
I think
That's
was
right.
it Doug Peterson. Even
Yeah.
though
Philly.
he won a Super
Yeah.
Bowl with Philly, he was
Mhm.
part of his tree also. So why not give
Yep.
him a shot? I think he should be a head coach somewhere.
Yep.
But it's the messed up way things are. It's
And
just
that being
crazy.
said, our coach Leslie Frazier, depending on this year, he might be gone. We'll see because he's head coach material. I thought he was going to go to San Diego.
Yeah, no, that wasn't. It was supposed to be our offensive coordinator.
Oh
Not
yeah.
Leslie. Leslie was possibly going to. I forgot
I
where.
got him confused. Yeah.
Listen, I have mixed feelings. Let's see what
Yeah.
happens this year because if we're not in the top 10 in defense this year, I don't care if somebody takes Leslie. I don't care.
That's another nerve I struck right there with you.
Yeah, same thing
if
with
they don't run the 3-4, the 4, what is the 3? What is it that you want with the nickel?
Well, whatever. If they're going to run that dumb nickel every time, then Frazier got to go. Even though our D line might be better this year, we'll see. It's just bad. I don't
we're
like
hoping.
it. And even with our offensive coordinator, if he doesn't get that run going and mixing plays, come on, man. I wouldn't mind that either. But again, you got to see who they would bring in. That's different. All right, let's move on a little. Where are we? Boom. Colts fans, they should be happy. Lucas Field has been approved to have full capacity, so the Colts will have packed house over there. They're going to be running for the AFC also. They're playoff bound with that squad they have, unless they get major injuries. I mean, they were a really good squad last year. Luckily, the Bills were able to knock them out of the playoffs, but they made the playoffs, and I can see them there again. No reason why the Colts shouldn't be in the playoffs. So good for them. Demaryius Thomas, longtime Bronco, retires after 10 seasons. 5-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champ, is hanging up his cleats. I've always liked Demaryius Thomas. He wasn't one of those loud receivers. The guy put in work. So congratulations to this guy for retiring. Look at him all happy there. He's probably happy he's retiring. Probably get a job somewhere on one of the networks. But good for Demaryius Thomas. Never mind the guy. I liked him. Even though, at one point I wouldn't mind if the Bills would have signed him, but he was already pretty much done at that time.
Done. Yeah.
Played for New England. He wasn't on the Super Bowl team when New England won, right?
Mm-mm. I don't think he was, no.
No. So good for him. He retires after 10 seasons. Good career, Super Bowl champ. Can't take nothing away from the guy. Now, Pittsburgh Steelers, a little bit news again. They cut their 6-time Pro Bowler offensive guard, David DeCastro. So now, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a whole new offensive line to protect Big Ben. I think it's going to be problems. I mean, we haven't done our show yet to see who's going to be, division champs. But I say right now, I don't think it's going to be Pittsburgh. They're not going to be one of my picks. I think Big Ben's going to start getting smacked up, which is fine with me. New offensive line for the Buffalo Bills on the first week of the NFL's regular season.
You're going to get baptized the first week.
I hope you're right. Now, in other news, the Las Vegas Raiders, I have to get used to that. Defensive end Carl Nassib became the first openly gay NFL player. Good for him. Honestly, usually players, they wait till after their career. Yeah. Except for linebacker Michael Sam. I don't know if you remember him. He announced he was gay. He came out before the draft. Now he might have hurt him. He ended up getting drafted seventh in the seventh round,
Yeah,
and he never made the NFL team. So he struggled, learning, but he was a seventh round pick, and he never made it onto the Rams. And I think the Cowboys
yeah.
tried to give him a chance once, also, never made it onto the team. I mean, what do you think about
I could care less. I mean, I don't know. What do you, in terms of me personally, I don't care. It's good for him. He came out. That's his prerogative. Now my thing is, how is it gonna affect the locker room? You know what I mean? In terms of you played high school ball. I play high school ball. How would you feel knowing from the same sex likes the same sex, and you're in the showers? It's a little weird kind of thing, but are they going to look at him differently? Are they going to embrace him? It's 2021. I'm pretty sure they're going to embrace him. It's not
it? Yep.
1980. You know what I'm saying? I think we've come a long way in terms of acceptance. So good for him. Good for him for coming out, as a player and not after being a player.
As of right now, all the tweets out there have been positive from his teammates, from other players without the league. A lot of the stars, congratulations, kudos to you coming out, which is good. Listen, I mean, he's been in the league for 5 years. Here's his numbers: 143 tackles, 46 assists. He has 20 and a half sacks. He has one interception. Last year, he started 5 games. He had 28 tackles, 11 assists, 2.5 sacks, and the only interception he has was last year for 23 yards.
Mm.
To me, I don't care what you are. What you are is you're playing on the field. You're
Yeah,
putting up good numbers. You're putting in there. You're working. I don't care. You know how it is in a locker room. Guys joke around. Straight or not, you're like, hey man, stop looking at my butt. Hey man, what you doing? Stupid stuff. You play around, so it doesn't
yeah,
matter. As long as he can joke and everything's cool, it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah,
What matters is your play on the field. And listen,
yeah.
Bruce Smith, he ended up told TMZ that in the 1990s, probably mid 90s, early 90s, they knew they had one gay guy on the team, possibly two. And nobody cared. Nobody was thinking about that for him. Here, what does he say exactly? I gotta look this up. He's like, we had a gay player in our locker room. I think it was mid to late 80s, and I think we might have had two, but wasn't what we were focused on. We were focused on
Mhm.
winning games, and each and every person that was in the locker room contributing to the goal at hand, which was winning football games. None of that other stuff mattered. This was about winning football games and trying to be a good person.
Yep.
Listen, and he also said, judge me by my character and judge me by the way I treat people, Smith said. If I, where is this? This is in my way here. If we show a little bit more love and compassion in this world, this will be a much better place. And that's the
That's right.
truth, you
That's
know?
right.
I don't care. You know what? I respect you as a person on the field. All it comes down to is us playing to win games and putting in that work. And
That's right.
that's it.
And I
So,
agree with you. And I agree with him too. Uh, now, but the thing is, now when I heard that comment, I was like, if it's me, I was like, damn, I wonder who the gay player was. So I started going down the list, like, could he be? Could it have been this? Could it have been that guy? Could have been that one? Not that I gave a crap, but it was just
yeah,
interesting to know. But the good thing about him coming out, all right, is that he's being true to himself. He came out. Um, he's giving a big amount of money on one of his charities when he came out, which is
yeah,
good to his cause. And it's gonna kind of get people that are kind of like scared to come out and be who they are, because they suffered for hiding their true identity. So for him to open up the doors for them, I applaud him, man. He's a pioneer, if you will. But I'm pretty sure he's not the only one in the NFL right about now. There's some guys that if they come out, I wouldn't be surprised that they come out. To be honest with you, so maybe they will come out, being that he come out first. You know what I mean? Maybe he inspires people to just be true to themselves and just come out. I mean, it's no big deal.
yeah.
It is what it
Well,
is.
the problem is, it's how, I guess, we'll see. His numbers, are they that great? No. You know, now will he be hurt from this? Hopefully not.
Mhm.
Hopefully it doesn't. And hopefully he keeps his job there in Oakland. But 28 tackles, 11 assisted, I mean, 2.5 sacks, 1 interception. It was a different year. You can look at this and be like, yeah, he's not making our team, which would be messed up. And I hope
Hmm.
it doesn't happen because he came out.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, a lot of the players who do come out, they wait till after their career is done because they don't want to get shunned.
They don't want
I
the
mean,
repercussions. Yeah.
exactly. And like Michael Sam, would Michael have
Yep.
Sam made a team if he didn't come out before that? He was a tweener. He wasn't really a big guy, but he
Yeah.
did play well in college. So
Yeah.
did he really get a fair shot? We don't know. So hopefully,
We'll never know.
yeah, hopefully Nassib over here doesn't suffer for coming out. Hopefully they treat him like, yo, the football player, he's a baller. Let's
Yeah.
go. Nobody
Yep.
cares. And like I said, the one good thing he has is that a lot of his teammates and players from around the league were supporting
Are
him.
supporting them. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
So hopefully, that crap doesn't happen. Good for him. Now let's move on to the real news in the NFL, and that's the Buffalo Bills. Hold on, let me take a sip before we start here.
I don't really want to take a sip, but I'm gonna take a sip.
It tastes better after a little bit. Yeah, look at that
I can.
face.
Hey, listen. This is ice cold. You know how ice cold beer is really good.
Yeah,
I hate to see if this gets warm. Oh my goodness.
it's that bad, huh? Anyway,
It's 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 pretty bad, man. It's
that's
pretty
not good.
bad. I might by the end of the show, it might go from a 2.5 to a 2.2. I'm kind of like
You're dropping
reneging on
even
my
more and more.
score. Yeah. It's
That's
giving me
funny.
it's giving me a nice buzz to be honest with you. But then again, it's 8.5. So
8.5, it should. So let's go here. Actually, they're 73 days away from the regular season opener.
yeah,
Uh, One thing here, the Bills. I know again, this is a little older news, but hey, we weren't here last week, so it's news to us. All right,
it's news
bam.
to us. That's right.
This is a picture. The Buffalo Bills are planning or trying to get a new stadium over there. This is a rendition of one of them they were thinking about. It's kind of like Miami Dolphins, where you have a partial roof. Like, what do you think? Would you want a dome? I mean, I understand this one stays partially open, which is kind of cool because you still have the elements. Now, would you prefer a dome or would you prefer open roof? Like
Open
partial
roof,
like
man.
this or completely
No,
open?
completely open, man. That's back in the 90s
So you would
when we were
want
in the
this one
playoffs.
still.
Yes, man. That was the nightmare of a lot of playoff teams coming into Buffalo in the 90s. They couldn't stand coming in here with the wind, with the crosswind, with the cold. It's just a different cold. We talked about this in the beginning of our show, year and a half ago, about the stadium on how that was to our advantage, and you saw it postseason against the Baltimore Ravens when they missed their field goals.
Yeah.
And I think we even missed a field goal too with the wind. It was just
Yeah.
incredible to see how that wind works. And that's a game, that's a home field advantage asset right there. It's being at home in Buffalo, knowing your stadium, knowing how to kick, knowing where to, get your field advantage. So in terms of of having open stadium versus a closed or a partially closed stadium, I'm staying old school and keeping it the way it is, man. Open stadium.
Like I'm a little torn. Like I love like the open stadium like this is great because yes, like even you saw Lamar Jackson, he couldn't even throw his passes right.
Hmm.
He couldn't. A lot of people can't or use the winds like Jim Kelly, man.
Oh
He
yeah,
knew how to do it. And other
that's
guys
right.
would come in there and they would struggle. I kind of like the concept over here that it's partially opened, but you're
Hmm.
not going to get that whole same wind effect in there, and so
That's right.
forth. You know, it'll be a beautiful stadium, which is great. Part of me would like to have a dome or retractable because if you do have that, then you have a chance of like having the Super Bowl. I don't think a cold weather team, unless it's the Giants again, who got lucky and had a beautiful day, and the next day there was
Hmm.
crazy snowstorms,
Yeah.
will host the Super Bowl. But if they have a dome or a retractable roof that they could close, let's say for the Super Bowl, then they would be able to have a chance of holding the Super Bowl. So that's one thing I would like. But if that's the case, then during the whole season, I'd keep that wide open. Let the winds come, let the snow come, and that's our home field advantage. And if you do get to the chance that, hey, all right, we're gonna close it for a Super Bowl or whatever, I guess. Or even if you have it like this, you might be able to host the Super Bowl, even though it's going to be freezing.
Yeah.
But at least you're not dealing with the elements 100% there. So
I get what you're saying, in terms of the revenue of hosting a Super Bowl, but in terms of, I'm right now thinking about winning a Super Bowl, let alone hosting a Super Bowl. So I'm trying to keep whatever is to our advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, in the 90s, and even after the team seeing what happened to the Baltimore Ravens this year, seeing how the ball sailed on Lamar, seeing how, the kicks were wide right, wide left, just hitting the goalpost. They have no control over that. The
yeah.
elements. That's what makes it special. It come playoff time, come
Mm-hmm.
December, January, where we're gonna have to go to Buffalo. Shoot, now I'm not. You're gonna get a passing guy. Aaron Rodgers. Let's say, not Aaron Rodgers because we were in the AFC, but you get like a good guy from, let's say, a great quarterback from the AFC, who Mahomes, to come play in our place. I mean, granted, Kansas City's a pretty cold weather
Yeah.
state where they play in the
Excuse
cold.
me.
But this
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills we talked about is a way different cold than Kansas City. They're right. It's right over there in the lake, wherever it is over there, Lake Erie, whatever it over there with that wind and all that right there.
Yeah.
It's a different ball. As if it's a different beast than being in Kansas City. So would I rather have them play in Buffalo with the elements? Absolutely, man. That's to our advantage. It takes away a lot of their game plan. They're gonna have to rely on some other, running game or short passes, because the deep ball on a good windy day, which is almost every day in Buffalo,
Mm-hmm.
will be to our advantage. That's why I like the open stadium.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I'm a little torn. Open stadium's great. It gives us that home field advantage, especially against, like you were trying to say, West Coast teams or teams that
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
have to deal with that crazy cold weather.
Mm-hmm.
So even like the Dolphins coming into Buffalo in November or December,
Yep.
that's a positive for us. So even like, let's say we were playing the Chargers or a dome team like Indy, they're playing inside. They're not used to being
Yeah.
outside. So I like it. The partial dome, like they're speaking, it's almost like the Cowboys used to have, or I think, do
Yeah.
they still have it?
Yeah.
They don't have it
They
no
still
more.
have it.
They
I
do
think they
have it.
have it. It still opens up. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you still could get some of the elements, but you're not getting that whole full fledged winds or
But
snow or whatever.
if you have a partial or a dome, the teams that are come in are going to feel like they're at home. Besides the
They're
crowd
gonna feel
noise,
better. Yeah.
they're going to feel better. Yeah, you want to
Yep.
make it as uncomfortable. That's the whole deal. The whole meaning of
You
home field
imagine
advantage.
you imagine how loud that place would be just being
Oh
partially
man, it'll be insane. It'll be insane.
and they were complaining about last year only having what 7,000 fans in there and
They
saying it was
said
a
they
lot
said
louder.
it said it sounded like 17,000.
You know how loud that place is going to be this year? Be crazy. Uh, what else? Let's move it on. So for the last few weeks, even though it changed, they were always the Erie County executive Mark Kaz or Cars or however you want to say his name, was saying that everybody had to be vaccinated in order to go to Buffalo Bills games. He's changed his mind on that. The stance is different. So, according to him, his words, based on the few new COVID-19 cases, I believe it was like zero,
Mhm.
low hospitalizations, and good vaccination rates. The hospitalizations, I think it was 5, but no new COVID rates. And good vaccination rates, we are rescinding the vaccination requirement to attend Bills games. I think people got to him and said, yeah, okay, you need to stop that.
Yeah.
But according to him, that's the reason why. So good. Now you can go to the games. I guess you have to have a negative test still or whatever. But now everybody's going to be able to go to the games, vaccinated or not vaccinated. So that's good to hear. The place will be packed. I know our buddy Bill's Vader, he got season tickets for the first time. So
Nice.
good for him. So that was
Yeah,
one
he
thing.
was worried about that. He was worried about that COVID situation. So good for him. He'll be able to go now.
Yep, he's there. Also, Bills made some moves last week, but we're bringing it up now. Bills signed Eli Anku who had visited in May but left without a contract back then. Eli has 31 tackles and 1.5 sacks in 27 NFL career games. He's played for the Browns, the Cowboys, and I believe there was another squad on there. Another guy they ended up signing was Nazir Jones. These are all to 1 year contracts. Nazir Jones, who was drafted in the third round in 2017 by the Seahawks. In 20 games, his stats are 27 tackles, 1 interception, 2 sacks, 6 QB hits, and 4 tackles for losses. So his numbers are slightly better than Anku. And by the
Who's that?
way,
Who's that chasing him? Who's that chasing him on that
yeah,
interception right there?
right there, bam, Aaron Rodgers. Actually, it was the interception that might have been his right there off of
Uh huh.
Aaron.
Hmm.
And this man, Byron Cox Jr., was placed on the IR with an Achilles injury, and that made some of those moves possible to bring those two guys in.
Hey, pull that picture in real quick.
Which
Do
one?
that picture right there with Knox. With Knox.
Bam.
All
That's
right.
all.
Is
That's a
that
hold right
is
there.
that a hold?
See, I didn't even know what you
That's
were
what's gonna ask
saying.
you.
Say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's because you use it. You grab them the pads and you're steering them. So I don't know. It's not
That's a
outside the
hold. You
shoulder
can't
pads.
grab underneath there. You can't grab
I
underneath
don't
like
know,
that.
man. I don't know. That's a tight one. But hey, good picture. I just want to get your opinion on that.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that when I picked it. So Byron Cox Jr. is on the IR. Who knows when he'll come back?
Damn.
So
Sorry.
that's a big blow for him, trying to make the team. Uh, Now another thing we were talking about was Cole Beasley talking about the COVID-19. He said out there that he wasn't going to get it. He didn't like. We talked about it on the last show, not last week, but the one before that. How the NFL's Player Association just how they agreed with the NFL on some of these ridiculous things. He said his word. Sad to say. Listen, the Bills Mafia, love the Bills Mafia. They turned on Cole in a heartbeat. A lot of people. Listen, this is America. You're supposed to have freedom of voice. You just talk and you say what you
Wait.
want.
Hold
Freedom
up.
of
You said the
speech.
mafia. You said the mafia turned on him.
Bills Mafia was turning on him too. Not just
Oh,
everybody, but a lot
I
of
didn't know.
Bills
I didn't know
fans.
that. Shit,
Bills
I didn't know
fans
that.
on Twitter. Bills
Yeah.
fans on. They were eating him up.
Damn.
And some were supportive, but some were eating him up. And I was like, damn, everybody loves Cole Beasley. But when he talked about COVID that way, there was a lot of crap coming out and being said about the poor guy. Listen, you're supposed to have freedom of speech. You're supposed to be able to
Yeah,
talk
man.
what you want and say. And listen, what he said, a lot of
Makes sense.
players in the NFL were probably
Feel the
thinking it,
same way.
but
Absolutely.
they didn't have the werewolves,
The cojones.
the cojones to say it.
True.
And again, listen, he said if he's forced to do it, he might just leave the NFL.
Yeah, that would suck.
It would suck.
That would
It'd take
suck.
a blow to
But
us.
do you know offhand what the requirements are for the NFL players? It's like you almost basically shunned from the rest of the team. You got
Yeah,
to eat by yourself.
I had it on my other thing from last show, but I don't have it on this one. But
Yeah, it's some crazy stuff, man. You can't
you
eat
can't
with the
go out.
team.
You can't
Yeah,
eat with the team. You can't have your family or friends come visit.
you're
Uh,
isolated. You're in jail. You're pretty much in
yeah,
jail.
you have to stay in the hotel. You can't go to the
Yep.
meetings. There was a whole
No
bunch with the
functions.
other guys. Yeah, you can't do a bunch
Everything's
of stuff.
virtual. Virtual meetings. Virtual film. You can't eat with the team. You got to be pretty much locked in. You can't go out to parties. You can't do anything. You got to
Yeah.
pretty much be locked in your hotel room.
You
You know,
can't
whether
go on
you're
the you can't go on the chartered flights. So it's a bunch of BS, pretty much
they're
forcing
making
you
you,
to
they're
yeah,
like forcing you, man. I'm gonna lay it down to my opinion. All right, my opinion is I applaud him for for speaking the way he feels. I don't have any opinion whatsoever. I haven't gotten the shot. I know you got the shot. I haven't gotten the shot yet. Um, but now since they changed the rules on attendance in terms of, hey, you showed me a negative, you're allowed to come and watch the game. Why can that same thing be applied to him as a player? Hey, every practice or every other day, get you a test, and if it's negative, no problem. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? And still, you could be with everybody that's vaccinated. If you come up positive, then there's a problem. So I don't see what the issue is if he decides not to get the vaccination. Just like I got to respect the decision Star Lutulele did. Our defensive tackle when he decided not to play and opt out last season. Was I
Yeah,
angry? Yeah. Did we need him? Yeah. But do I respect his decision to stay at home with his family to protect his family? I absolutely do. Absolutely respect his decision. So you could get mad all you want, but at the end of the day, you have to respect the man's decision and his method of thinking. He wants to just
yeah.
if he wants to live his life. He said he wants to live his life not being in prison, pretty much. So if it comes down to his retirement, bro, I'd hate to see it. It would make me change my love for the NFL. You know what I mean? It would kind of like really taint it. I don't know how bad it would be. I mean, Cole Beasley, man, that dude exemplifies the Buffalo Bills too. If you really think about it, that dude played with a freaking broken leg in the playoffs, man, and
Yeah.
nobody really knew about it. He didn't take any medication, no pain or whatever. I heard, some of his quotes. He didn't even take any pain meds or anything for
He
that.
sucked
You know
it
what I
up.
mean? No
Yeah.
cortisone shots, no none of that crap. So you got to respect the man's decision. He wants to live his life the way he wants to live his life. Now, is it going to come
Yeah.
down to ending his career? That would be a damn shame if they force him to do that. But I still respect what he has to say.
Yeah, me too. Listen, you have your choice. You should have a choice. The only reason I got it because I was told if I didn't get it, I'd be fired from one of my jobs. So
That's
it's
pretty
kind of
much what
rough,
they're telling him. That's pretty much what
pretty
they're telling
much.
him.
But
So they
if
put you
I
on the
would have
spot.
if I would have made millions of dollars, I would have been like, "F you, I don't need you, bye."
Yeah,
And that's where he's at, and that's what he could do. I can't
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
But
We ain't got
if
that Bobby Blackjack money yet.
yeah, exactly. Bobby hasn't paid us those millions. Now, if I would have had millions, I would have said the same thing. Listen, I don't need to do it. I played
Yeah.
my so many years in the league. It is what it is. Like it, you like it. You don't, you don't. This is my choice.
I
But
want
hey,
him to stay. I hope we get a ring. I hope we get a title this year. Then he can do whatever the hell you want. If you want to
yeah,
retire, then good. But at least, I'd hate to. But I hate to be like what coulda, shoulda, woulda. You know what I mean? I hope he
yeah.
stays. I hope he doesn't retire. I hope they're a little bit more flexible with his decision. And I mean, I'm looking forward to
And,
a great season.
and by the way, stop hating on the freaking guy if he has an opinion. Just because you
That's right.
don't agree with his opinion, you don't need to call him stupid. People were
Yeah.
calling him stupid and all these other names out there.
Moron.
Listen,
Yeah, yeah.
you can have an educated conversation. You agree, you agree, you don't, you don't. That's why you talk and you
That's
communicate.
right.
Hey, might change your
That's
mind,
right.
might not.
That's
But
right.
you just don't need to crap on the guy for him having an opinion.
That's right.
Anyway, move on. Our rookie defensive end, Greg Rousseau.
Rousseau.
So I always mess up his last name.
Rousseau. Rousseau.
He's been taken under the wing by another guy, Khalid Campbell. They were both at Miami's Super Bowl football camp. I mean, summer football camp. And Khalid was showing Greg some pass rush moves, uh, because they're both from the U, Miami, and so forth. So Campbell, who plays 34, played for
I,
the
I don't
Ravens.
I don't like the way
Been
you
out
said
there.
that because I know you FSU fan, so you went the you.
That's right, Florida State. Anyway, so I mean, Bruce Smith was supposed to take him under his wing, but Campbell's taking it under his wing too. So hey, listen, this kid is a raw product. These guys just showing and helping him. Hopefully, he could take that next step,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Put in that work. So good
It's a
for him.
big dude, man. It's a big, tall dude, man. He's a monster. I'm really looking for. I'm excited about this kid as much as I was excited uh, with AJ Epinesa. I know AJ
Yeah.
Epinesa is going to bring something to the table too. This is his second year. He's beefing up a little bit. Hell, he's having fights with John Feliciano, which means he's doing something. Because
He's
to
up
pick a
there.
fight with John Feliciano, man, hey, that's a mean man to be messing with. So
Yep.
anyway, I'm excited for this kid too. I think they focused. We talked about the draft and them picking him and the other defensive end. Goes to show me that's the ticket we need if we
Sorry,
play Kansas
somebody
City
wanted
again.
a guest cameo because they keep rubbing on my leg. This is Luna. She's a
What's
Buffalo
up,
Bills
Luna?
fan. Luna.
Is that a blue? Is she a blue? Is she a blue?
She's a gray Scottish fold cat
Okay.
who loves Every time I hang up my flags up here, she grabs the string. So that's what she's waiting for me to take it down so she can play with the string. She's
There you
rubbing my
go.
leg.
She's like, "Go Bills."
Yeah. uh, yeah, no, like you said, man, I can't wait to see these guys. I can't wait till we do our 53-man roster cut.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's a
That's gonna
lot
be
of
tough,
players on
bro.
this squad, dude.
It's gonna be
A lot of
tough,
players.
man. Well, now,
Uh,
real quick before you advance, I
good.
know we got everything. We got everything real quick. I know we run out of time. We got a couple more minutes left, but the needs that we need to be addressed. I think we got the defensive ends. I think I know you're going to talk about it before the show ends. About I think we need a tight end in terms of Ertz, Zach Ertz. I think that's going to be a deal that we're going to get real close to, and I think we need a CB2 spot. I think the second cornerback spot is a necessity. I know they're fighting for it. You like Dane Jackson. You like who's your boy again? Who's your boy? Who's your
No
boy? I want you to
respect,
say.
bro.
I want you to
No
say your boy. Who's
respect.
your boy? Who's your
You
boy again?
forgot his
Who's your boy?
name.
Who's your boy? No, I know his name. I want you to say it because that's your
Levi
boy.
Wallace, man. Disrespectful. I thought you finally gave us some respect and listen to
I
this.
like
This
him,
is
but
horrible.
I think we have enough money to get a good like. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Who?
You see, you covering your face. Remember today. Today's
Richard
July
Sherman?
1st.
Who you gonna go?
I
Richard
don't know. I
Sherman?
don't know. I don't know about Sherman, man. I don't know. But there's been talks about it. There's been talks about
Boy,
it.
no respect. I wish I could
Hey,
get.
I think we definitely need a tight end, and I would be man if we get a Zach Ertz. Are you gonna
I
roll
would.
into that? Are you gonna talk about that right now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. First of all, I
Okay.
hope I could get Levi Wallace on the show. I hope. I'm gonna reach out to him on Twitter and be like,
Damn, I'm
"Yo,
gonna get dog, bro. I'm gonna get dog then.
my partner's got no respect." All right, moving
I'll be
on.
like, hey man, did you learn how
Twenty-two.
to tackle a little bit better? Go ahead, man. Go
Wow,
ahead, go ahead.
wow. You remember his pick. Anyway, according to Joe Bushcaglia of The Athletic, he believes Zach Moss could take over the backfield this year from his, from Devin Singletary. I mean, honestly, he missed almost half the season, right? Pretty much most of the season. If you look, he had 44 less carries than Singletary on the year, and Zach missed probably half the season. Now, receiving, he had 18 targets. Singletary had 50. So that was the bigger difference there. But running
Yeah.
the balls, Zach pretty much took over. So I listen, Joe, you're not pointing anything out crazy here, because Zach, I think, if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, he would have taken over the running back spot.
Yeah. He started getting more carries, and I mean, but we really weren't running the ball. We weren't
Yeah,
literally.
no, we
There was a
weren't.
non-existent running game. A lot of people are calling about, oh, we needed to draft a running back. No, we got
Yep.
perfectly capable. We got 4 running backs that could start on any NFL team right now. The thing is, we haven't ran the ball. So
Yep.
I think there's going to be a more balanced attack. And to be honest with you, I don't know how it's going to work out if we do get a Zach Ertz with all the receivers we got. I mean, it's going to be insane, bro. I don't think we'd have to run the ball again. I mean, I'd love it. I'd love run for ball control in terms of time possession and stuff like that.
You have
But
to.
I mean, we're going to have weapons. You have to, but
Yeah.
we didn't do it last year, and we're not going to have the Emmanuel Sanders. We're not going to have the Zach. We didn't have the Zach Ertz.
And guess
It's going to
what?
be a lot. Mm-hmm.
Why did we lose against Kansas City? Left them on the field too much. They ran
We did.
against
Yep.
us on that first game. They ate us up. Look at Tennessee
Nope.
Titans. They ran
No
the ball
clock
and ate
control.
us up. Killed us.
Yep.
You
Yep.
have to run the ball. We've talked about
Some balance, absolutely.
Yep.
And you know what? If we were to even if we establish the pass game, all right, that opens up the whole thing for the run game. It opens
Yeah.
up everything for the run game, and then once you get that run game established, now it sets up everything for the play action. So I mean, they got so much. If we could get the run game going with a Zach Ertz in the roster, man, this is going to be a real. You thought we had fun last year in the offensively? Wait till this year.
Listen, I don't know about Zach Ertz in the run block, so I'd have to see about him. We don't have Lee Smith, so he's not blocking for us anymore. But Joe over here also said, hey, Jacob Hollister could take over the tight end's job if Dawson Knox struggles. Duh. We know that's
true.
true.
That is
And,
true.
hey,
Yes.
If they do, listen,
It's a great addition.
the announcer for the Philadelphia Eagles said, for what he's heard, it's pretty much a done deal. Well, not yet, but it's going to get done or it's going to happen. Now, if we get Zach Ertz, great. Listen, I think Dawson Knox is more than capable. He just
Yeah,
has to step up in the blocking game,
blocking game. Yeah,
and we'll see. I mean, Hollister, I really don't know that much about him, but if he could block and catch, the sky's the limit. I
yeah,
don't think
man.
we need to run with a tight end blocking, whether it's Gillian as a fullback or a tight end. We can't always run single backs. It's not always going to work. I think that's a problem too.
I
So
think
hopefully,
Gillian, he ain't going anywhere. That's a fullback right there.
yeah.
That's great for a power, a
But hold on.
power eye. Or, uh-huh.
But right now, let's say we trade for Zach Ertz. We don't know what we have to give up. But let's say you have Ertz, Hollister, and Knox. You're going to run 4 tight ends with Gillian?
Yeah, but you
Hey,
can
that's
use
something we got
Gillian
to check.
as a power eye, as a goal line offense deal, as a
Yeah.
power, as a power,
All right, let's move on. Move on here real quick.
we
We
got
got no
we're
time
already
here.
going. That's right.
He
That's right.
also brought up Emmanuel Sanders is most likely to take John Brown's spot. Like, duh,
Really,
we already
really,
know that.
really.
Come on, clown. Yeah, Gabriel Davis. Listen, I wouldn't mind if he took his spot, but I don't think it's happening. Bean has had a Woody for a Sanders for the longest time, so he's going to be on there. Now, no disrespect to Joe there. Just, you're pointing out obvious things, clown. Last thing, real quick.
I can't believe your can is still full. Look. I'm done.
Man, this is a pint, and you got one bottle, and it's almost empty. Which helmet? The NFL approved for teams to have a throwback helmet. Which helmet do you want? Bam.
The red
The
one.
old school
I want
red
the red
helmet,
one. That's the one I want.
or this one? Bam. Old school
No,
Bills.
no. I want the red one.
You want the red one?
We play with white helmets. We play with white helmets
I
sometimes. So
get it, but I love the old crazy buffalo.
I
I'm
like
just
that.
saying. You like that. I like this. This one,
You know
maybe
what? That shit. You know why? You know why? Because that helmet reminds me of Eric
listen,
Bowles for
right
some reason.
here,
I don't know.
throw a red face mask on it. Maybe then. Take
Ooh,
this one,
ooh,
make it white. I like it. Or
ooh,
make it blue so it
ooh,
stands out. I think it would be pretty cool.
ooh. That's pretty nasty. Yeah.
Now,
So how does that? What's the rule on that? Because I didn't read up on it.
the NFL approved it. I guess they just have to choose which one they want.
Now it's for one game, or for you can use it for the whole season.
No, I think it's 1 game or 2 games. I'm
Okay.
not sure. Don't quote me
Okay.
on it. Now, let me
Okay.
ask you this real quick
All right.
before we leave. Zach Ertz, if you're giving up, say, like Sweeney or one of our backup tight ends, if the Bills want to be crazy, they throw in Cole Beasley to get rid of him so you don't have to deal with that COVID thing.
They ain't
I
get
can
rid
see
of
it
him, man.
happening. Not that
I
I
can't
want
see it
it
happening.
with the depth at wide receiver we have.
He's the
I
number
can see
one
it
slot receiver in the game, bro. They're gonna, if it's okay. The only way I can see it happen if it's head for head.
Nah,
You
it's
know what
not
I'm
going to happen
saying?
head for head. But yeah, I get it. But this is why
That's
I
the
can say,
only reason I would be. He's the number one slot receiver, bro.
no, I get it. But if the Bills want to get rid of their so-called
I
headache,
don't see it happening, man. I
and
don't see
then
it happening.
you take Gabe Davis, put him in John Brown's spot, and move Emmanuel Sanders into the middle. Not saying that I want it, but I could see that
Yeah,
happening.
it could happen, but hey, we'll see what we're gonna give up for Ertz.
As always, check us out. Follow us on Viva Los Bills on Twitter, Viva Los Bills on Facebook group, and Viva Los Bills on YouTube. Go out there, subscribe, join us. As always, gracias. Nos vemos. Hasta la
Go
próxima semana.
Bills!
Next week we're gonna
Viva
do.
los Bills!
Our all-time best offense and defensive players.
Damn, I got a lot of homework.
All right. Adios, guys. Thanks for chiming in. Bye.